that they jealous. Hello, my chat partners. Welcome back to another video. If you are new here, my name is Dionne. Please subscribe to my channel, and to my returning chat partners, I really appreciate you guys' support. So guys, today's chat session is going to be on Housewives of Potomac, Season 5, Episode 5. And guys, I know I'm a little late bringing this video to you guys, but I've been having a busy week. And guys, today's drink of choice is, of course, my lemon ginger tea. Okay guys, so let's get started. Housewives of Potomac Season 5, Episode 5 starts off with Candace. She's at home looking at houses. Her husband comes in the room and they begin to talk, and she informs him that at Karen's party, she met up with Giselle, and her and Giselle started talking, and she apologized to Giselle. And then she told her husband that conversation went pretty good. She told her husband that Monique invited all the ladies to her lake house. Candace told her husband that she really didn't want to go to the lake house because I guess her and Monique aren't on good terms the way they should be. And her husband was telling her that he thinks she actually could be a good trip for you. So the next scene goes to Giselle. She's at home getting her clothes ready for the trip, and she calls her ex-husband Jamal's assistant to get his schedule because she wants to know like when she can meet up with him so they can spend some time together. Giselle's 101, she was saying that a long distance relationship can be hard. She was saying like sometimes you just want to call your man up and be like, hey, come through. But you know, that's what you decided to do. You decided to have this long distance relationship. So that's the, I guess there's some pros and some cons with having long distance relationships. The next scene goes to Ashley. She's at home trying to decide like what she should take on the trip. Her husband, he's holding a baby, and he's asking her, he was like, are you taking Dean with you, right? And she was like, kind of looking like, you know, you can tell she was in between the question that he's asking her and trying to figure out what clothes she's going to wear. And he was telling her that, you know, Dean is only 3 months. You know, 3 days is a long time for a baby to be away from his mother. You know, they began to converse about that, and then they started kind of like flirting with each other because he was telling her that she looked cute in her little pants, little jogging pants or whatever it was she had on. And I can understand where Michael coming from because 3 days is a kind of a long time to be away from the baby. But I just feel, I hope he was telling her that because he really feels that way, not because he don't want to keep the baby and he want to be out doing whatever. He just out and about doing whatever he want to do. But I do feel like 3 days is kind of a long time to be away from a small baby. But that's just my opinion. The next scene shows Monique. She's at the house getting ready for the trip. You know, she's packing, putting things together. And Chris is helping her, and he's getting things situated as well. And she was telling Chris that her, Giselle, and Karen are riding to the lake house together. And I think she said it's like a 2-hour drive. Monique was telling her husband that she said, I got everything set up for you. You're going to have all the help you need with the kids and everything. So I thought that was a good thing. It seemed like Monique is very organized when it comes to making sure that her family, like her husband and her children, are taken care of when she go on the trip. And that's a good thing. It don't look like she wait to the last minute. It looks like Monique prepares things ahead of time so everything can run smooth and run comfortable. And that's what I like about Monique. So Giselle arrives to Monique's house and they begin to talk. And then Karen arrives to Monique's house. And it's not funny, but Karen was saying in her one-on-one that she noticed that Monique and Giselle are kind of getting along and hanging with each other, and she hoped that Giselle's clothing decisions doesn't run off on Monique. Karen started talking junk about Giselle, like what the heck does she be wearing? Just talking about her wardrobe and stuff like that. And it was kind of funny, the stuff that Karen was saying. But you know, in Giselle's world, she probably feel like she is top notch from head to toe with looks, hair, makeup, wardrobe. So I'm sure if somebody tried to tell Giselle about her fashions, it would just roll off her head. She wouldn't even pay that no mind because Giselle feel like she the best thing walking on this earth. That's just how she come off. That's just how she come off to me. They began to load the car and everything, and Chris helped Karen get up in the. It looked like Monique driving like an SUV or something, and Karen sits up front with Monique, and Chris helped Karen get in the SUV. And the way he like pick her up, he basically picked Karen up and put her in the car. Giselle, she's sitting in the back with T'Challa, which is Monique's bird. She bringing her bird with her. So the ladies in the car, and they just conversing on the ride, and you know, just having some good conversations and everything. It lets them know that she's leaving on Saturday because she has to go to New York because her book has been nominated for an award. And Karen was like, just the nomination alone is something great. That's a great achievement and something that she should be proud of. Monique and Giselle informs Karen that Wendy had been talking about her and was wondering about her sex life and just saying that she feel that Karen and Ray don't sleep together. Karen said that ain't none of her business if her and her husband sleep together anyway, and she ain't even in her bed. Like how would she even know what's going on? She ain't never been in their bedroom. She's not in their bedroom or part of their bedroom, so she shouldn't even know nothing about that. Is what Karen was basically saying, which is right. She shouldn't know nothing about that. Like, why would you even care if Karen and Ray having sex anyway? Worry about if you and your husband having sex. That's what it should be. So they arrive at the lake house, and guys, it's a beautiful home. It's a nice home. And as the ladies go into the house, Monique was telling them, you know, this the living room, this the kitchen. Karen, this your bedroom downstairs, and it's a beautiful bedroom. And then she began to show them the rest of the house. What about Monique too is that she already had the rooms assigned. It's not like, okay, y'all run around. You're not gonna be running around my house. You run around, you pick your room. No, the rooms are already assigned, and this is where everybody gonna sleep. Monique showed Karen her room. She showed where the master room was, and Ashley is bringing her baby, and it's a bedroom that has like bunk beds and like a baby crib. So that's going to be the room that Ashley is going to have, and then it's another room with 2 beds. Monique, Karen, and Giselle get in a golf cart, and they go across like, you know, a ways at the lake guest house. Guest house is very nice. It has a kitchen. It has a living room, 2 bedrooms. And so Giselle had already made claims on that's where her and Robin gonna stay. So then Robin arrives. And of course, Robin and Giselle throwing shade. Giselle talking about like the lake house is far out and they don't got no reception and they out in the cut and just saying negative stuff. And I'm like, Robin and Giselle so uppity and so just always talking about somebody looking down. Why you gotta sit up here and talk about, because y'all in the woods and it's a lake house. You're supposed to be, you don't supposed to be around like the city. It's supposed to be somewhere that's like quiet, quaint, in the country, that's nice with land and stuff, and it's a lake. Giselle and Robin always got to talk about somebody and say something negative, and that just let me know that they jealous. So Candace arrives, and then all the ladies are in the kitchen talking. And Robin asks Monique, why does she have a bird? And it's the way she asks her, why does she have a bird? Because Robin was drying her hands out. She's like, why do you have a bird? And her face was all balled up. I was like, why your face balled up? Because she got a bird. Like, they just, she's so just, Robin is just so like, I guess things that don't make sense to her, she just be like, because she wanted one. That's why she got a bird. Just explain it to her because I've always liked animals. And, you know, he'll listen when she talks to him and stuff. And I'm like, because that woman want a bird. Like, what difference does it make why she got a bird? Because she want one. Why you mad because you ain't think about getting a bird before Monique did? You know, like, what is the real issue? Wendy arrives and Monique goes over the sleeping arrangements again. And she lets everyone know that Ashley's bringing her baby. In the one-on-one, she like, well, how can Ashley bring her baby and I couldn't? And she was showing like how she had to pump milk and how she had to do all this and that to prepare for the trip. Okay. Ashley arrives with the baby. Monique is showing Ashley and her friend where, you know, she can take Dean, because Ashley has a lot of stuff. She has a stroller, she has the baby bag, and she has other things, and they have a lot of stuff. So Monique is showing them where she can put, you know, showing Ashley where she can put everything so they can be comfortable. Wendy tells the ladies that she wants to know everyone on a deeper level. And when she starts saying that, next thing you know, Monique bird come flying, and he come flying. He flew over there toward Wendy. And the ladies start hollering, and Wendy up in there screaming like it's a bat with rabies trying to attack her. That bird wasn't trying to attack her. I guess that bird was letting them know this one right here, she gonna be the one that's caused a lot of problems on this trip. I guess he could feel her energy. Robin asks Ashley about watching Dean. Like, Michael couldn't watch Dean for you while you go on your trip for this weekend? And Ashley begins to say, well, you know, Michael works. And Wendy was like, well, my husband works too. Ashley was like, well, my husband owns his own business. And Wendy was like, well, my husband's a lawyer. And they was going back and forth arguing everything. And Wendy was telling Ashley, like, come on, Ashley, like, really, like, you had to bring your baby, and, you know, this is a girl's trip now, you know, just saying all this negative stuff, and her and Ashley was going back and forth. Ashley a good one, because soon as she said, really, for one, you don't know me, and even if you do know me, don't ask me why I brought my baby. I bought him because I wanted to. Just because you didn't bring yours. Giselle and Robin was like, well, Ashley's a a first-time mom. So, of course, you know, she's going to feel some type of way about leaving her baby. And Wendy was like, but I'm a new mom, too. But they was like, no, you've had your third child. That's your third child. This is her first child. And she was like, but no, I'm a new mom, too, and this and that. And she was saying how her baby was born premature and all. Okay, that's fine. Your baby was born premature. Sorry that your baby was born premature. Glad she's doing better and she's doing well and she's grown up to be a healthy little girl. But the thing about it, at the end of the day, Ashley brought her baby has nothing to do with the reason why you didn't bring your baby. I don't know if she felt cheap or she felt some type of way or she felt like people was looking at her, because she's going to say something like, Ashley baby 2 weeks older than her baby. It don't matter. I don't care how old my baby is. If I wanted to bring my baby, then that's what I wanted to do. And if I talked to Monique about it and she was saying that I could, then that's what it's going to be. It's not that you going to question me about why about my child. And Ashley a good one, because she should have shut her down. As soon as she starts, I would have said, what we not going to do is bring my kid in here. Don't ask me why, because it made me feel like you being negative toward the baby. And it's not funny, but when Wendy was saying, Wendy was like, Ashley, really, you bought your son? And when she said it, Ashley was holding Dean, and he was looking at that woman, he was like frowning. It was like funny, because it's like he was looking at her, and then Robin took the baby. And Ashley and Wendy kept going back and forth, and Dean was sitting there looking. It was like when the camera scrolled around the room, you could see Dean looking at that woman. He probably was like, babies know, children know. And my thing is, you shouldn't have been mad about her bringing her baby. I wouldn't have argued with that woman or none of that. I just wouldn't explain anything. Me and Monique was going know what's going on, and that's all that matters. That's all they need to know, what's going on. That lady bought her baby because she wanted to. And Ashley and Wendy kept arguing, and Wendy told Ashley that she doesn't have sympathy for her, that she's a new mom. That's fine that you don't have sympathy for the girl because she's a new mother. At the end of the day, it probably was one of those things where Ashley was like, I got my baby. I want to come on a trip, but if I come on a trip, I want to bring my baby. If I can't bring my baby, I'm just not coming on the trip. So Monique probably was like, okay, sure, you can bring him. I mean, who is it that somebody can tell somebody they can't bring their little baby with them somewhere? And if y'all got a problem with it, y'all don't have to come. If the person's house that I'm going to telling me that it's fine, the person that's hosting the trip and it's okay with her, that I can bring my child, then that's all that matters. I wouldn't have set up there explain myself to nobody, especially somebody I don't know, and then somebody that's being negative when it comes to my child. Girl, stay in your lane. So Monique began to explain to the girls why Ashley bought her baby and what happened, like as far as the conversation and everything. You know, just letting them know it was fine that Ashley bought the baby. So the next scene shows Candace, you know, everybody getting dressed for dinner. And Candace got dressed and she went to the guest house and she started talking to Giselle. And Candace apologized to Giselle again about what she put on Twitter about Giselle's home and everything. And Giselle told Candace that she accepted her apology and they hugged. And it was a nice little conversation between them two. So I feel like Candace really wants to be Giselle's friend or whatever the case may be. I don't know. I don't know that. I don't know why. I think sometimes when women feel that they look a certain way, when they like, I guess you want to call them the pretty girls or the cute girls, they feel like everybody should want to hang around them and be around them. But if you're not a nice person, like it don't matter what your exterior look like. If you're not a nice person, like why would somebody want to be your friend anyway? And Giselle is the one, she the person of the show. Like every reality show, it always has that one person that's like got that little villain in there. Giselle is that villain person that's on Housewives of Potomac. And it's like she starts mess, but everybody is lured to want to try to be her friend. And why, I do not know. So all the ladies meet up for dinner. And Monique and Ashley came up with the game that, you know, they discussed the game that they wanted to play while at dinner. And the game was to like really ask like real personal deep down questions to you know, really get to know each other. Asked Candace about her growing up in school and everything. And Candace told them that she was one of the few black people at her school. Like Giselle was like, so that's why you got your nose done. And everybody was looking like kind of shocked, like, what are you talking about? Candace like, got my nose done. I got a nose job. And Giselle was like, you didn't get a nose job? And Candace was like, no, I didn't get a nose job. Like, I'm not understanding what you're talking about. And then they showed like an older picture of Candace. You can clearly see that girl did not get a nose job. Giselle was just being messy. Like, it's like she trying to take daggers, but it's like the way she take the daggers, the way she come off, it just come all out the blue and out the box, and you be like shocked, you be like taken back, like what is she talking about? And so Candace told Giselle, well, since I got a nose job, did you come check on me after I got my nose job? She shut up then. Who it was? I think it was Candace or someone asked Robin, you know, is her and Juan's plan to get married? And Robin was like, well, that's the plan. That's what we talk about. You know, we talked about getting married, but the ball in his court, so it's up to him. And Giselle was saying on her one-on-one that she want to tell Robin so bad that they are going to get married. Like, Juan is going to propose because Giselle and Juan had talked about rings in a previous episode. Karen asked Giselle, like, how is it being with someone who you was once married to and they cheated on you and had children with other women? How was that being back with that person? And Giselle was like, I'm glad you asked that question, but then I'm not glad you asked that question. That was a good question. And Giselle was saying, well, all that happened 12 years ago, and it's all about forgiveness, and they trust each other, and they love each other, and they're trying to move forward from that. So I feel like that was a good answer, and I feel Giselle feel like she can trust this man who cheated on her and had kids with other women. Then if that's the life she want to live, then that's the life she want to live, but she can't sit up here and talk about other people and poke at their marriage and their relationship. Because obviously everybody know hers wasn't perfect and isn't perfect. And so then someone asked Ashley, was her booty hole healed? Because evidently when she had her baby or something, I don't know, something happened and it ripped. And she was like, no, it's not healed. And they asked her, well, how important is your booty hole to your marriage? Like, basically, I guess, asking, like, you and your husband do, They asked Karen about her booty hole. Karen was like, well, my booty hole retired. That was funny to me. Karen was like, we don't do that no more. So Karen used to do stuff like that. Ain't no telling all the things Karen probably used to do back in her day. So Karen asked Wendy about how she heard that, you know, people told her that she was talking about her and Ray having sex. And Karen was basically telling her, like, if you want to know anything about me, you want to get to know me, worrying about what's going on in my panties, that's not the way to go about it. And they started going back and forth. And Wendy was like, well, Karen, you know me. We and you sit on the same board. It's like two different things that Karen and Wendy are a part of. And they have taken pictures together. And Wendy was like, it's 5 of us on the board and me, you know each other. And Wendy was telling Karen that she's always dismissive. But the thing is, just because y'all be around each other and stuff, that don't mean y'all really know each other. It's not like y'all real friends and have done real things together. You can know somebody in passing as far as speaking to them, and you might have had a little brief conversation or two, but it's not like knowing someone. So if Karen dismissive to you, then it's a reason why. That lady really don't know you. So Karen and Wendy agreed to go out to lunch or dinner so they can really, you know, so they can have a talk and get to know each other. So I guess that was a good thing. But to me, it was one of those things. Karen came off like, don't be in my business like that. Don't be talking about me when it comes to me and my marriage, and talk about me behind my back. If you want to know something, ask me. Don't ask nobody else. Wendy was kind of explaining herself about how she had to prepare to come on the trip and all this stuff, yah. And Robin was saying that she thinks that Wendy owes Ashley an apology. And she asked Wendy, don't you think you owe Ashley an apology? And she was like, no. So they started going back and forth, arguing back and forth. Ashley and Wendy arguing again. Ashley told Wendy, that's why you don't have friends. She told Ashley, I don't have friends. I don't deal with fake bees like you. I was like, oh my goodness, like what in the world? So it looked like Ashley and Wendy gonna be going at it. The thing is, Ashley, it seemed like she maybe have met her match, because Ashley always have had a smart mouth and was like the little S starter in previous episodes and in previous seasons. Ashley always will argue with somebody and this and that and just saying little stuff. And you be like, Ashley, she came out as the person. You be like, Ashley, you run your mouth too much. Somebody gonna pop you in it one day. And now it seemed like she now met up with Wendy, and they both seem like they're the same type of person. So we're gonna see how this play out. But yeah, that Wendy is something. I think Wendy one of those people too who feel like because she got all these degrees that people beneath her. Okay, that's good, you educated, but that's your life. That's something you want to do. And just because somebody else isn't as educated as you, that don't mean you can look down on them. Because that don't mean you got the perfect life because you educated. Because obviously you sitting up here trying to judge people while they bringing their baby, and it evidently it's coming off of the insecurity on you because you left yours at home. But you know, people gonna do what they want to do at the end of the day. Okay, guys, so that's the end of my chat session for Housewives of Potomac, Season 5, Episode 5. It wasn't really much to this was a simple chat session. This was a simple chat session. It wasn't nothing to go in too deep and too much, but you know, I really did enjoy the episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this chat session. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please comment down below if you watched the Housewives of Potomac and let me know what you guys think. And also comment below if there's any shows that you would like for me to watch and we can chat about. So guys, if you watch this video and you are not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you can receive alerts for each and every time I upload. Guys, I wish you all the best. I'm wishing everyone many blessings. Please be safe, and I'm wishing you all a peace of mind, because a peace of mind is one of the greatest things in the world. Okay, guys. Thanks so much for watching, and always remember you guys are great. And as always, take care, stay safe, and be blessed. Bye, guys.